Hello, Mr. Martin here. Today I'm going to talk to you about cells. What is a cell? Well, a cell is the smallest unit of life. You can say it's the smallest unit of living thing. It is the smallest living thing. Now, some cells live alone as single cells. They may be with others, but they live alone. They can do everything that a living thing can do. They can get oxygen, they can release carbon dioxide, they can get food, they can grow, and they can reproduce. These are called unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms. Uni simply means alone, single, or one. And the word organism you can think of as living thing. Organism. So single-celled plants and animals are called unicellular organisms. Now, they come as animal or plant, and you can see some pictures here of single-celled living organisms, unicellular organisms. Many live in water, some live on land, and there are both animal and plants. Some cells live together with other cells. They work together. And when they do this, they are known as multicellular organisms. Multicellular. Multi simply means many cells. They come in all kinds of things, animals and plants that we know already, and we think of as animals and plants. They are made of many cells. Plants, amphibians, frogs, fish, mammals, and even us. We are multicellular organisms. Okay. So there are two basic kinds of cell. One, animal cells. Two, plant cells. Let's have a look at each in more detail. The teacher usually draws a circle with a dot. This represents an animal cell. We will see some real animal cells a bit later. But what are the basic parts of an animal cell? Well, we have the cell membrane. This is like a bag around the cell, and it holds all the cell together. The cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane, we have the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is where all the chemistry of the cell takes place. And inside the cytoplasm is the nucleus. And the nucleus controls all the activities of the cell. It's like the brain to me, or a computer. It is the control center. Now, when we look at a real animal cell, they can look like this. These are cells from inside your mouth, your cheek. They're not blue in your mouth. Scientists will use color on the cells so that we can see what's inside. These are cheek cells. Let's look closer. Here is just one cell. Now remember the diagram and look at the picture of the real cell, and you can see what we have talked about already. We have cell membrane, and remember this cell is 3D, so the cell membrane goes all around the cell, but you can see through it, the cell membrane. It has the control center, the dark dot in the middle, and that is the nucleus. And around the nucleus is where the chemistry of the cell happens, the cytoplasm. So, a cheek cell. Right. Plant cell. Let's look at a diagram first. Remember that the plant and the animal both have some things the same. In the plant cell, we also have the control center, the nucleus. Around the nucleus, the plant cell has cytoplasm. And to keep it all together is the cell membrane. But plants have a couple of other things we need to know. First of all, outside of the cell is the cell wall. This is made of cellulose and is built like a box around the cell. So the cell is inside a box. This is the cell wall. Animal cells do not have a cell wall. Another thing they have is the space inside the cell. This is full of water and is called the vacuole. It does other things, but it is mainly full of water because plants don't have bone, they don't have muscle, they have to stand up against gravity by themselves, and to do that they use the cell wall and the vacuole full of water. And the last thing that a cell from a plant has, a leaf cell, particularly of the leaf, not the root, but the leaf, what they have is chloroplasts. In nature, they are green, and they are full of chlorophyll, and this is the molecule, the special molecule of plants that can catch the light of the sun and do photosynthesis. It happens in the chloroplast. And there are hundreds and hundreds, we shall see in a moment, in every living green plant cell. And that's what makes leaves green. So let's have a look. Here is a plant, an onion. Now an onion is from the part that is under the ground, in the soil. So it has no chloroplast. But what we can see is the structure of the plant cell. Let's see what it has. It has cell wall around every cell. It has nucleus in every cell. And it has cytoplasm in every cell. These are the basic things. The other thing that a plant has that the animal cell does not, it has vacuole. It has that space in the center of the cell that is full of water. And that helps to keep the shape of the cells. Now, here is a slide of a plant leaf. You can see that it's still made of many, many cells. Perhaps you can see the cell wall. But what you can also see is the chloroplast. Hundreds and hundreds of chloroplasts. And this is where photosynthesis happens.